Good evening, Oswego, and welcome to WTOP 10 Wednesday Night News Edition. For your connection to Oswego and beyond, I'm Mike Kincaid.
And I'm Stephanie Sweeney. Today is March 30th, and this is your news, sports, and weather all before the first commercial break. Let's take a look at your top stories. 10 News starts right now.
Today, President Obama outlined a plan to cut the use of oil down by 33% by the year 2025. Obama's proposal hopes for an increased domestic production and the shift towards using natural gas and biofuels in trucks and buses. The federal government will also propose a new fuel efficiency standard for heavy-duty trucks that will be in effect this fall. The United States only owns 2% of the world's known oil reserves, which means that this would be a small step forward towards transition to new fuels.
As the 10-year anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks approaches, lawmakers want to know if the U.S. is prepared for another attack. Former 9/11 Commission Chairman Thomas Keane testified today during a Senate committee hearing in Washington. He says many safeguards suggested by the Commission have been put into place, but more work must be done.
Now, despite all this progress, some major 9/11 Commission recommendations still remain unfulfilled. And we would suggest today that these require urgent action because the threat from Al-Qaeda and related terrorist groups and individual adherence to violent Islamic extremism persists to this day. Al-Qaeda and related terrorist groups continue to pose a serious threat to all of us.
Wants to see improvements in the screening of airline passengers for concealed weapons and for detecting explosives in luggage. And he says border security should remain a top national security priority. And now we'll check our current conditions outside with meteorologist Dan Perruzzi. Dan?
Well, thanks, guys. It's looking like a gorgeous night outside here right now. I am, of course, WTOP meteorologist Dan Perruzzi outside the campus center, and it's been a great night tonight, and it was a great day all day today. Our high earlier reached 49, which was about 8 to 10 degrees above what most people had expected the high to reach today. So hopefully you got outside, you enjoyed it. I know I was out playing some football earlier. It was a great day, and it's a great night right now. No clouds overhead right now. But that's going to change here in the very near future, actually overnight into tomorrow. Rain and snow is going to push into our area. It's going to be the polar opposite of what you saw today. So hopefully you guys got out there and enjoyed it today because it's going to change a little bit tomorrow. We got Blue Route running a couple minutes behind schedule, so if you're traveling around campus, be ready for that. But like I said, rain and snow will move into the area later on tonight and into tomorrow. As for when and if we can see any snow, make sure you stay tuned for my full forecast. But for now, let's throw it back inside to the desk.
Syria's President Bashar al-Assad made his highly anticipated nationally televised speech today. In the 45-minute speech, al-Assad stated that the Syrians want reform, but the government is not meeting their demands. The president did not mention lifting the state of emergency, which was expected during the speech. Protesters crowded the streets after the speech, but fled security forces took aim at the protesters, injuring and killing many of them.
Haiti's presidential election results have been put on hold for now. The country's election council has claimed, quote, a high level of fraud has been detected in counting the votes. The council has asked the government for 4 more days to tally results and will post preliminary results on Monday. Final results are not expected until April 16th. This election is the second round of elections after November's initial vote ended in irregularities that prompted many protests throughout the country.
President Obama is hoping for a new option for helping opposition rebels as NATO takes over the mission in Libya today. Greg Black is on the scene with the details.
I'm not ruling it out, but I'm also not ruling it in.
President Obama is considering arming rebels as momentum shifts in Libya. Opposition forces losing ground to Muammar Gaddafi's loyalists. But Mr. Obama told NBC News he's confident the leader will step down.
Our expectation is that as we continue to apply steady pressure, not only militarily but also through these other means, that Gaddafi will ultimately step down.
Senator John McCain says Gaddafi should be forced out.
If our goal in Libya is worth fighting for, and I believe it is, then the United States must remain strongly engaged to force Gaddafi to leave power.
Congress gets a classified briefing today from top administration officials, including Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. She met with coalition partners in London on Tuesday.
I think we are making a lot of progress together, and we could not do it unless we were representing the international community as we are.
As rebels fight to regain ground, NATO assumes full control of the mission today. I'm Greg Black reporting.
And now we'll see what's going on in sports with Tara Hecke.
Thanks, Stephanie. Opening day for the 2011 Major League Baseball season is tomorrow. ESPN will be broadcasting a triple header starting at 1. The Detroit Tigers at Yankee Stadium, then the San Diego Padres at the St. Louis Cardinals, and to conclude the day, the defending World Series champions, the San Francisco Giants, will face the Los Angeles Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. For you Yankees fans, tomorrow some history could be made. Jorge Posada has 4 career opening day homers. He just needs one more long ball to match Babe Ruth for the most by a Yankee on opening day. And when Captain Derek Jeter takes the field, he will make his 15th opening day start, matching Bill Dickey for the second most in team history. I'll have more sports news later in the show. Now back to the news desk.
The Palladium Time reports that a small equipment fire in 9 Mile Point nuclear plant led to the evacuation of personnel from a section of the plant Tuesday morning. The malfunction of a battery-powered lift that was being used inside of the plant led to the fire. No personnel were harmed during the accident, which was being classified as an unusual event. Jane Lyon, a spokesperson for the Energy Nuclear Group, claims that the plant is conducting a review of the accident. The last time the Oswego County plant saw any problems was back in May 2008.
The Oswego City School District Board of Education met on Tuesday for the last time before the final budget is presented. According to the Palladium Times, the meeting took place to approve a bus replacement proposition for the May ballot and to also hear last opinions about the budget. The board must reach a $74.8 million budget, and many reductions are being proposed, including a 23.1 full-time equivalent job cuts and 13.6 instructional staff cuts. The adoption of the new budget will take place at the next board meeting on April 12th.
Oswego County Sheriff's deputies have charged a Fulton resident, Scott W. Reynolds, with 2 counts of criminal sexual acts in the first degree and 2 counts of sexual misconduct and endangering the welfare of a child. The Palladium Times writes that Reynolds made sexual contact with his male victim sometime between 2005 and 2006. Scott Reynolds is scheduled to appear in Hannibal Town Court at 7 p.m. on April 12th. Anyone with information on the incident is asked to call the Oswego County Sheriff's Department at 349-3411.
All right, well, thanks, Mike. Today we got some rain and snow starting to push into southern New York and central New York. How soon is it going to get here, and what's it going to do for tomorrow? Make sure you stay tuned. I'll have all that, and we'll have more on WTOP 10 News tonight.
Pizzeria, located at 31 West Bridge Street, serving New York-style pizza, wings, sandwiches, wraps, and desserts. Dine in, take out, or order delivery by calling 315-342-4255.
Want to get ahead? Take summer classes. Earn up to 14 credits. Classes start May 23rd. More information available at www.oswego.edu/summer. Register now.
Was gonna be there anyway. But thinking of you's working on my appetite. Looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Mama and sister shows together, making sparks ignite, and the thought of loving you so exciting. Sky
rockets in flight. Boo! Afternoon delight.
I think you got it.
Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Hey, what's up? We're Hawthorne Heights, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television.
Having trouble finding a job or internship? Tomorrow, over 50 campus, local, and national companies are scheduled to attend the Career and Internship Fair. The companies will represent various career fields, allowing students to gain more information on their desired careers and find interesting job opportunities in their majors. The Career and Internship Fair will be tomorrow from 4 to 6 p.m. in the Sweatman Gymnasium.
Looking for something to do tomorrow night? Then come and see the award-winning documentary Inside Job. The Oswego Film Group, the SUNY Oswego Economics Department, and the SUNY Oswego Civic Engagement Program will be hosting the viewing of this 2011 Academy Award winner for Best Documentary Feature. The doc will be shown in the Campus Center Auditorium beginning at 7 p.m. This event is free, and a question and answer session and discussion will follow. For more information, please call 312-3677 or 312-2175.
Oswego Idol hits campus this week at Riggs Hall. Students in each dormitory building compete to move on to the finals happening at the end of April. WTOP's Katie Husband has the story.
Oswego Idol brought students to the main lounge in Riggs Hall. Some students that competed sang their way through the contest. Others were more creative with their performances.
That you'll all know that I'm doing well.
The Student Association Programming Board put on SUNY Oswego's first annual Oswego Idol competition that extends across campus in each dormitory building. Riggs Hall Director Adam Hope was one of the 3 judges of the night.
I believe everybody was judged fairly and equally. I don't believe there was no bias whatsoever. I know there was friends out in the audience who probably said, oh, I want my friend to win, they should move on, blah, 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 this is my resident. But I think everything was judged fairly.
After the judges collaborated, the drum rolled and a winner was chosen. Desiree McNeil sung her way to the top after signing up just before the contest.
I heard about this through friends and I saw a lot of flyers, so I decided to, come on over and sign up for it last minute actually.
After each hall crowns their best singer, each finalist attends the final week of Oswego Idol on April 18th through the 22nd. The Oswego Idol winner will get studio time and up to 300 copies from the on-campus studio. The students behind me in Riggs Hall main lounge are competing to go to the finals of Oswego Idol, involving the finals from all other halls on campus. For WTOP 10 News, I'm Katie Husband.
And now here's a look at your full weather forecast with Dan Perruzzi.
And thanks, Mike. I am WTOP meteorologist Dan Perruzzi, and I am now here with a full look at your forecast. Getting us starting with the almanac, the biggest thing I want to point out right here, our high temperature today of 49. That was 3 degrees above our average of 46, and a stark change from what we saw Tuesday and Monday, where it was about 8 to 10 degrees below average, our high was. So certainly a much nicer day than what we've seen in the near past. And unfortunately, it's not going to stay for too much longer. Hopefully, you got out and enjoyed it today. Our low last night was 24, a little below our average low of 31, well within our records, and no rain fell throughout the day today. It was a cloudless day, and it was a great day. Your temperatures throughout Oswego County, Mexico's at 38, Fulton is down here at 39, the cool spot's Redfield at 36, and it's warmest in Constantia at 42. Taking a little wider view throughout the state, 47 is your warm spot in Albany. Cool spot is up here in Plattsburgh at 31. In the western part of the state, you got 38 in Buffalo, 48 in Rochester. Much cooler, 32 degrees right down there in Jamestown. It's cold enough for snow, and sure enough, you take a look at the radar, it's snowing in Jamestown. There is rain and snow pushing into, as I said earlier, the southern tier of New York and into central New York, and it's coming this way. Later on tonight, probably around 1 or 2 a.m., rain and snow will in earnest really push into our area. And that's what we can expect to see throughout tonight, and most of tomorrow. Taking a wider view of the nation, you can see there is that rain and snow. There's a little bit of clearness behind it. So there will be a time tomorrow where there won't be any rain and snow in our area, but that's going to set up an unsettled weather pattern for the weekend where we can expect just basically almost continuous rain and snow throughout Friday and Saturday, along with Thursday. So it's going to be a bit of an unsettled weather pattern here for the next few days. And the Futurecast will show that. 2 a.m. on Thursday, rain here in Oswego, snow still in southern New York. Waking up for your 8 a.m. classes on Thursday. Futurecast still has rain in Oswego, but don't be surprised if a wet snowflake finds its way in there. Any snow that we do get overnight, though, won't accumulate any more than 1/2 of an inch, so it won't be a concern there, but might make for some slick roadways, so be careful traveling. By 2 p.m. on Thursday, still rain, snow right on the border of Oswego, so don't be surprised tomorrow if it's rain or snow. Could go either way. It's not going to be any snow that accumulates too much. We don't expect more than 1/2 an inch throughout the day tomorrow. So again, nothing. You're not going to see feet of snow outside, but there could be some snowflakes in the air. And by 8 o'clock Thursday, some of that rain and snow does start to dissipate. Don't be surprised if we see some clear spots, clear areas of no snow tomorrow night, but nothing that's going to stay because going into Friday and Saturday, rain and snow will return. So tonight, 35 degrees. This rain and snow will move in. Like I said, any accumulation will be less than 1/2 of an inch, and the winds are out of the east, very light at about 5 miles per hour or less. For Thursday, temperature of 44. That rain and snow lingers throughout the area, and once the rain and snow leaves, it will stay cloudy afterwards with winds out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, again, a low of 35. Rain and snow, perhaps. Some of that rain and snow could linger, but it could clear out. Less than 1/2 an inch of snow if it does accumulate, and winds out of the east at 5 to 15. And your extended forecast, I talked about Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going to see some rain, snow throughout the day, kind of what you'll see on Thursday and Friday. But by Saturday night, it should clear out. So any Saturday night festivities you may have on tap should be clear. Sunday's going to be the pick day of the week, high of 45 and sunny skies before Monday and Tuesday. Rain moves back into the area.
So the snow's not completely gone yet.
It's that Oswego weather. They give you a nice day and then right back to snow.
It never leaves. It's always here.
Well, when we come back, we will have your health and wellness segment. But first, here's your late night menu.
Cam's Pizzeria, located at 31 West Bridge Street, serving New York-style pizza, wings, sandwiches, wraps, and desserts. Dine in, take out, or order delivery by calling 315-342-4255.
I'm Linda Cole. I graduated from Oswego way back in 1981, and my favorite TV station way back then, of course, WTOP.
And now here's Amy Adamczyk with a word on health and wellness.
Thanks, Steph, and good evening, Oswego. Did you know that listening to music could be good for your health? According to American Heart Association, listening to your favorite tunes could lower your blood pressure, perhaps as much as cutting salt out of your diet. Researchers found that those who took in bi-monthly group sessions, including music and laughter, lowered their systolic blood pressure by an average of 5 to 6 points. Cardiologist Michael Miller says that there's a psychological mind-heart connection that causes this. Did you also know that cereal could help prevent high blood pressure? According to the American Heart Association, starting each day with a bowl of cereal, especially whole grains, could lower your chances of hypertension by 20%. Cereals may be a better source of whole grain than breads or other foods because of the way it's served. Nutritionist Julie Jones says, quote, "It may be more about the way you put the cereal together than anything magical about breakfast cereal," unquote. Are you trying to drop a few pounds before summer? Get more sleep and lose the stress. According to a study by Kaiser Permanente, people who are trying to lose 10 pounds are more likely to do so when they get sleep more than 6 hours a night, but no more than 8. Previous studies have found an association between these factors and obesity, but few have looked at whether they actually predict weight loss. And that's all for your health and wellness segment tonight. I'm Amy Adamczyk.
So it's really interesting that if you sleep a proper amount, you could lose weight. I mean, I never knew that.
I'm a big cereal guy personally. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of scaring me.
You get your sleep and you eat your cereal?
Don't get to sleep actually, but
yeah, I think it's tough for us
could get
college
more.
students to get all the sleep, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Always could get more. Hey ho, these budget cuts have got to go. This is what citizens from all over the state have been chanting at the Capitol in opposition to the proposed budget cuts, most notably those affecting K-12 education, higher education, rent, and job creation. The protesters filed off of buses and set up to camp at about 2 p.m. today, and are planning to stay until about 7 a.m. tomorrow, getting comfortable by ordering over 70 extra large pizzas. By tomorrow, Governor Andrew Cuomo and legislators are scheduled to pass the $132.5 billion budget.
Mayor Michael Bloomberg is under fire after a mailing he sent out recently. According to YNN, the mayor of New York City sent out a full-color mailer to city residents dissing Albany for trying to balance the state budget for, quote, cutting billions of dollars from the city, and he goes further to explain his own efforts to hold the line on taxes, create jobs, and protect vital services. New York City Minority Leader Jimmy Otto sent a letter to the mayor after he received the mailing calling the mayor out, asking if he really was going to protect vital services or still was going to go ahead with his initial plans to close 20 fire companies across the city. And now a full look at sports with Tara Hecke.
Thanks, Stephanie. Hello, Oswego. My name is Tara Hecke here with your sports news. Pittsburgh Penguins captain Sidney Crosby has been cleared to participate in the team's morning skate on game days, but general manager Ray Sherrow made it known that nothing else should be read into that promising development. Crosby, who has been out since January 6th with a concussion, is traveling with the team to Florida and will partake in the morning skate tomorrow prior to the Penguins game against Tampa Bay. Crosby is not cleared for full practices, including contact drills with his teammates yet. The morning skates do not involve any contact. And now for your Laker sports news. Oswego State men's lacrosse team posted a 7-6 win over Utica this afternoon in Utica. The Layers controlled play in the first overtime period with 7 shots compared to none for the Pioneers. They didn't have to wait long to get the deciding goal when Eric Sarens scored 30 seconds into the second overtime. Oswego State, which improved to 4-3 on the season, kicks off conference play against Plattsburgh Saturday at 1 p.m. in Oswego. The Oswego State women's lacrosse team mounted a late comeback against visiting Utica, but came up just short in the end to suffer its first loss of the season by the score of 7-6 this afternoon at South Athletic Field. The Lakers tallied 3 goals in the final 5 minutes of regulation and pulled to within 1 following Aaron Cummings' goal with 28 seconds left remaining. Oswego State suffered its first loss of the season to drop 2-1 overall. The Lakers opened conference play on Saturday when they traveled to Cortland to take on the Red Dragons at 1 p.m. That's it for sports. Now back over to the desk.
When we come back, we'll take a look at the lighter side of news.
But first, take a look at your community calendar.
Cam's Pizzerita, located at 31 West Bridge Street, serving New York-style pizza, wings, sandwiches, wraps, and desserts. Dine in, take out, or order delivery by calling 315-342-4255.
Want to get ahead? Take summer classes. Earn up to 14 credits. Classes start May 23rd. More information available at www.oswego.edu/summer. Register now.
Sure. Oh. Oh my goodness.
And here's a dive into the lighter side of news. That brings us to comedian Conan O'Brien's clip of the day. Let's see what the funny man had to say.
Today, possible presidential candidate Donald Trump released his birth certificate. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Trump's birth certificate lists his eyes as blue and his hair as ridiculous.
Prisoners will go to any length to sneak in items into jail that are not allowed. Not even coloring books are safe. That's right, 3 inmates and their loved ones were charged with attempting to smuggle drugs into a Cape May, New Jersey jail on the pages of a children's coloring book. The drug Suboxone was found dissolved into a paste and painted onto the coloring books on pages with 2 daddies scribbled on them. This bust was the second one this month involving Suboxone behind bars. Authorities at a prison in Pennsylvania earlier this month arrested 11 people in what they said was a scheme to hide the drug beneath postage stamps on letters mailed to inmates from family members.
Spring is sprung, and what better way to enjoy the nice weather rolling in to celebrate Take a Walk in the Park Day? Yes, that's right. Every March 30th, you can take advantage of this opportunity for exercise and relaxation, or relieve some stress from your busy day by soaking in the beauty of the nature around you. Did you miss Take a Walk in the Park Day? Well, that's okay. You'll have plenty more opportunities to do so because every day is a great day to celebrate this holiday's festivities.
Flying, boating, and snowboarding all turn dangerous, and it's all caught on camera. The video that will have you talking is next, and take a look at this.
Take a look at this. A T-28 Warbird misses the runway at a Florida air show, and it's all caught on camera.
Dude, I just got it on film, bro.
The pilot radioed that he was having mechanical problems before the plane slammed into the bay. The pilot and passenger on board both survived the crash, later saying they brought the plane down in the water to avoid hitting the seawall. Also out of Florida, a leisurely boat ride took a frightening turn when this spotted eagle ray jumped out of the water and landed in the boat. The animal hit a woman standing on deck in the chest, sending her overboard. It's believed the ray weighed as much as 300 pounds. Neither the woman nor the ray were seriously hurt. Wildlife officials say incidents like this one are very rare. Take a look at this. A snowboarder in California captured his harrowing experience from a helmet camera. James Drummond slipped and fell into a tree well, a hole where branches had prevented snow from falling. But the impact of his fall shook the branches, and before he knew it, Drummond was buried in snow.
The snow kept falling and falling in, everything went dark, and I was sure I wasn't going to survive at that time.
Drummond was able to reach his cell phone, and his wife called for help. He was rescued an hour later. For Take a Look at This, I'm Andy Rose.
And now let's take a look at your Class Day forecast.
And taking a look at that forecast, waking up for your 8 a.m. classes, temperature of about 31, 33 by 9:35, getting above 40 by 2 o'clock, and then 43 for your 3:55 classes. And of course, as I said earlier, throughout the day, kind of a rain-snow mix throughout the day. Not going to be the worst, blinding, driving snow that we can see here in Oswego, but it's not going to be the most pleasant of days either. So, snow still sticking around.
Hey, that doesn't surprise me. It's Oswego, so.
The snow never leaves. It really doesn't.
Yeah. Do you like the snow, Tara?
I'm getting sick of it.
Yeah.
Snow's
You're
terrible.
a meteorology major. You should love it.
Sorry.
At least we're not buried in snow like the snowboarder over there.
Yeah, right?
That would have been a lot worse.
Buried in a tree well. I've been stuck in one of those more than once. They're not fun.
Oh, really?
When I'm skiing, yeah, I've gotten stuck.
Stuck in a tree while skiing.
Yeah. You
That
ski
sounds
into them and
terrible.
you sink. So.
Can't say I've done
Well,
that.
that will do us do it here for the WTOP 10 News team.
I'm Tara Hecke.
I'm Dan Perruzzi.
I'm Stephanie Sweeney.
And I'm Mike Kincaid. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.